Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's just me, TreyJcreates. Howdy. This is the first ever solo Kill Tony review show, Next Day Notes. Usually, I am joined by the creator of this show, which is my man Keith over at Kombucha Farm. And tonight, he unfortunately can't do an episode. And instead of not doing the review, for the first time, we're having it here on the TreyJcreates YouTube channel. Don't expect anybody to watch it. But we're going to do it just so we can say it was done. Starting with a shot of gin, because we're riding solo. Well, might as well. I just got to pull up the play-by-play. That's usually what I do. I usually pull up the play-by-play every episode, while Keith goes over what does his, right now. Usually we're doing this big interview, talking about this and that, but right now we're playing about your. Give me just a second. I didn't have all my ducks in a row, but because I tried to do this with my whole computer setup. I'm an idiot, couldn't figure it out. So but last night the episode was Kill Tony. This is we're reviewing episode 728 of Kill Tony with Greg Fitzsimmons. Next Day Notes is literally what that is. Is me and Keith will take down notes of the episode of Kill Tony and we review it and go by and give each comedian a score. We do banner. We totally disagree on everything because he loves the whole show and I am very critical of the show. It's real weird doing this on my channel without him. This is his thing. Usually he's doing something stupid and got a baby. He ain't got the. It's weird about the baby. I'm gonna take another shot. So, Kill Tony episode 728 with Greg Fitzsimmons. Greg is a great guest. Love the comedian. This show was just how it start. We start off with a golden ticket winner, Jack Shaw. Jack Shaw, I'm really biased by Jack Shaw. His first appearance, I think he knocked it out of the park when he won his golden ticket. So I'm kind of biased towards him, but I am real critical on score. For those who watch the show later or whatever, we do a 1 out of 5 golden mics. It's how we rate each bucket pool or golden ticket winner or regular on the show. I am a Jack Shaw fan. He won the gold ticket not a couple years ago, like Tony says. He won it just like a year ago. But he's been phenomenal ever since. I think every set he's done has been pretty good. Not as quite as good as his first one. But out of 5 gold mics, his set, which is the opening set of tonight's episode, I only give 3 gold mics. He got constant laughs throughout the whole thing, but it wasn't none of it diabolical, gut-busting funny. They were all kind of quick, all kind of to the point. Some of them even kind of cheesy, almost one-liners, like the drag queen Jew person, Schwartz tits or whatever he said. The cheap laugh. Jack Shaw's better than that. Only give him a 3 out of 5, which is a good score, passing grade all day long. But it was good. The interview was all right. I mean, he had something up his ass. He was on edge tonight. And this episode here, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. This is one of the most bizarre up and down episodes of Kill Tony we've had in a while. There's a lot of highs and there's some low lows and there's just some weird stuff in between. But for the most part, I think it ends up being generally a good show. We go to the bucket, get our first bucket pool, and that person's name is Jesse Soldias or something like that. Jesse Soldina, who the crowd and Calm Tony seem to not really care for that much. I kind of like his stand-up, his 60 seconds, which is the main thing I study. Man, I give him a 3.0 all day. 3 out of 5 golden mics. I don't know why. I can't tell anybody why I thought it was funny, but it was. Yeah, no, I don't have a lifted truck, but I want one. Anywho, yeah, just the accent. Yeah, southern accent. Sorry, southern proud dog. But But yeah, his set was I thought it was funny. I can't really remember what about it stood out to me, but some of the shit was really funny. And but it seemed like Tony didn't really care for him that much. But his interview was all over the place about the weed and stuff. But he was all right. The next bucket pool was Alex Halter. This guy had a birthmark on his face. But I agree 100% with Tony and them. This dude came out here with this stupid ass bucket hat. Like, he looked like a fucking lamp from the 70s, man. Like, if he stood in the corner, you wouldn't know that he was there. You'd think he's a fucking lamp with his damn stupid ass bucket hat on. He took the bucket hat off. He looked like a regular dude. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. The birthmark didn't really seem like that bad to me. I mean, I've seen some fucked up birthmarks out here. Like, there's dudes and girls and gals out there that's got just like a big ass red glob over their fucking right face, man. This dude right here, he looked all right. His stand up sucked though. Yeah, I mean 2 stars, and I'm just giving him a star, and I'm giving his birthmark not a star, giving a gold mic. I'm giving him a gold mic, and I'm giving his damn birthmark a gold mic, and giving him 2 gold mics. His set stink. Work on it, man. He's got the potential, see it, but Alex hurt line. Definitely earned some points without taking that dumbass hat off. But the jokes wasn't all there. Anywho, AJ Iglesias was next. Okay, and first of all, this dude was the guy that came out white. He has a Spanish name, but he come out looking like one of these white dudes I used to smoke pot with back in like high school or something like that. Real annoying. His set I gave a 1.5. So even it wasn't nothing really funny about it. It was interesting seeing a shitty working half Mexican guy, but his stand up wasn't all that funny. Nothing really stood out to me during the whole thing, but it was interesting seeing because you could tell in his face that he was Mexican, but he clearly wasn't. He clearly wasn't like he ain't sweat much, you know what I mean? He ain't one of them guys. I've worked with some badass Mexicans. That's what I'm a landscape. I've done landscaping most of my life. And I'm telling you right now, that dude would get sunburned in a heartbeat. No doubt. Anyway, 1.5 golden mics is what I give his set. Interesting cat. Probably interesting to talk to. His stand-up stunk. And if you don't come to this show bringing stand-up, the dude, first of all, I'm going to put this out there, and I don't care who ends up watching this. This 60 seconds is what matters to me. Because you get some gold out there and you get some trash. And sometimes the trash is entertaining and sometimes the gold is beyond belief and you get great comedians out of it. And speaking of that, we're going to lead right into it. That's why I'm real critical to 60 seconds. But Fiona Colley comes out next. And what's up, man? And I might be, I'm trying to keep up with the live chat. Y'all just roll with it a little bit. Yeah. Thanks, man. I try to be a comedian. I'm going to be. I'm just real. I'm going to be. I take the compliment. That made me blush. Anyway, Fiona Colley, man. Fiona Colley, okay. First of all, her 60 seconds, her joke, and I relate to this joke because I know people in life that has her same cadence, the way she talks, especially being down here in the South. I call them hippies, okay? Let's just be real. That's what they are. Her cadence is a very hippie-like cadence. Hey, love flowers and stuff, but really draws out the talk, you know. Probably very impatient for you northern people. Probably drives northerners crazy because they're in such a rush all the time. Well, that cadence can be annoying. Fiona Colley is hands down one of my. I think she's hilarious. Love the fact that she's in good spirits and her, and all that. But anyway, I bet she was a hippie having that cadence. Her whole minute was about the going to France and the dude in France loving the way she talked. But the reason he loved the way she talked is because it was so slow the way she talked. It was good for him. It was easy for him to listen and understand what she was saying. And so 3.3 out of 5 gold mics. See, I even though I'm biased to her, you got to be beyond belief to get 5, and you got to be great to get 4. But I thought that was just funny, just by the way, because I know everybody that's listened to her stand up has noticed that she drags her words out a lot. And it's not, I don't think that's necessarily a Southern thing. I did think that was a hippie thing. Because I can think of 3 people right now that sound just like her. And none of them know each other. But they all like flowers and trees. And they're all women. So, I don't know. They must all came from the same ancestor or something. But Fiona Colley knocked it out of the park. That was this little thing. Now, this I can't do without Keith. Keith, this is a contender for my man No Breaks to join my man No Breaks. Okay, Sir Winston Pickles. We get a clown that just comes out of nowhere, like a legit clown, a 60-year-old man, and he comes out there with jokes that knock it out the park, yo. Great jokes, fantastic jokes. But he's British. He's got an accent like me, but it's not like me. It's from across the seas. He's across the old pond. I don't even know if I can imitate a British accent. Just a Grateful Pond. That it? Maybe. Close enough, right? Dude, man, this guy right here, I can't say it. We'll have to come back to that on next week when I have my boy Keith with me. Because this is Keith's show. This is supposed to be on his YouTube channel, but we're trucking on solo for the first time to keep, the people that do want to see this. Hopefully he sends a link to this, fans. Hey, what's up, my man? Okay, there we go. My man Keith in the chat, the second silver ticket. That's right. I'm 100%. Thanks for jumping in and putting that in there. I knew you was gonna be on board with that. But yeah, the second ever silver, you heard it here on TreyJcreates, very first episode of Next Day Notes. So yeah, Sir Winston Pickles is definitely going up there with my man Timmy No Breaks and being in the very, very highly decorative, hard to get in group of silver ticket winners here from Next Day Notes. You have to impress 2 dudes, and one of them's hard to fucking impress. The other one's a guy that lives in Wisconsin and loves mushrooms. And so, if you impress both of us, you get in that very competent league. And so, Sir Winston Pickles made it today. But he deserved it, man. His whole bit was entertaining, and it was different. And this time, it wasn't a handicapped retard or something, He earned. I'm just joking. I love all handicaps, and I'm retarded, so I can say it. Anyway, it was great, and so congratulations, Sir Winston Pickles. Maybe Keith is crazy enough to reach out to you. Maybe we can get you on the show maybe next week when we're back home on the Kombucha channel. Keith in the chat, man, put a link to your channel, dude, where we usually have it, and go put a link to this channel. Do something, man. You ain't doing nothing. You're not on the show today. Come on, do something, Keith. Make it happen. Spread the word. Spread the love, dog. All right. Offender. And I was offended by this dude. A couple weeks ago, we had a convict at the Vulcan Gas Company, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was at the Comedy Mothership. But there was a dude out there in the crowd that was wearing an orange jumpsuit that just got out of jail. And Tony ended up giving the dude a minute. And I think he did okay then. But this is his second appearance back as a bucket pool. And he comes out as offender. And it was straight dog shit. I'm trying to remember what was funny about it. I think he had black dicks in the damn bit somehow. Which makes sense because he came out of jail. It makes total sense now thinking in hindsight. Anyway, it wasn't funny. That's the main thing you got to be on this show to impress Tony or whatever. You got to be funny. During them 60 seconds. And if you're not funny during them 60 seconds, then Tony finds the funny during the interview. That's how it goes. And offender, I think Tony didn't even want to have no part of him. And so I gave him a 1 out of 5 gold mics, and that was being fucking nice. Anyway, Sonny Castillo. Sounds like the horn player, but it's not. It's the next bucket pool. And there's a chance they're related, but they're not. But this dude here is, I think he said he was been doing comedy for like 8 years. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I gave him either a 1.5 or a 2.5 on a set. That's what I got, but I got dog shit doctor handwriting, so I'm not 100% sure. But he, his set, it had some fun. Maybe I'm just not ethically in tune, because some of the words he was using, my Spanish ain't that great, or I might not be in the know-how, but it seemed like he had something, but it never came across to me. And it might have came across to other people that know. I'm not gonna say it didn't, but it just didn't register for me. And I can't really criticize him as much as I like to because I might not have just had the tools necessary to understand everything he said because I am a retard. But anyway, I could tell there was something there. There's something there. I mean, I can see it. I have enough, me being a future comedian, a future wanting to be a comedian, and I've got the balls to do it, but just hadn't done it yet, man. Anyway, David Lucas comes out and surprises everybody. Now, to anybody in the chat or in the future episode, just to let you know, my partner Keith, he loves David Lucas. Oh my God. All I hear him say all the time on the show is, man, David Lucas is the best comedian ever. I would love to meet David Lucas. He's so awesome. Man, as soon as I saw David Lucas, I knew that was a guy, and I wish he was my best friend. Isn't that what you say, Keith? Keith can't stand him. Anyway, David Lucas had a great set, though. He came out, and there's a reason why he's one of the original regulars, is he is funny. And I gave him a 3. I gave him a 3 out of 5 gold mics. Not none of them was bit, but it was funny. It was about the Indians plane crashing and stuff. Dark premise, but funny execution. David Lucas actually did it, and it was actually legit. I thought it was pretty well written jokes. That's crazy. It was well written jokes. So kudos to David Lucas, and like I said, Keith loves him. He wants to marry you, David. If you ever watch this, no, he can't stand David. He's gonna kill me for saying that. Anyway, after and after David Lucas, ironically, and this dude did so bad. I just wrote. I didn't even care to go back and try to find his name. 1.5 stars. He was an Indian guy or a Pakistani guy. I can't remember quite. But he fucking ate shit, man. Like, just ate it like a bowl of curdy, dude. He ate it. I mean, num, num, num. And it didn't deter him, man. He kept going back for seconds and eating just more and more straight up shit out there on that stage in front of everybody. But didn't really like his attitude either. 1.5 gold mics is very, very gracious of me. And I believe the only reason I gave you that 0.5 is because of the joke before that with David Lucas talking about the plane crash and stuff. I think I felt a little sorry for you. You're going to take it back. We're going to give you a 1. And that's being nice, all right? Correction. Next guy was John Brentel. Or Bastel. I gave him 3. I got to go to my handy dandy backlog, and let's see if I can see it. Cause there's the Indian guy. I'm not picturing a face with this dude. Which happens. Okay, yes. I was like, why did I give this guy a 3? This dude here. I tell you, this is a good episode to get introduced to Kill Tony. If you want to actually see what Kill Tony actually is, this is the episode to watch, man. This dude right here, John Bechtel, it doesn't matter what his last name is. Go watch the episode. It's right after the Indian guy. His set, he gave probably 8 or 9 jokes that kind of just ran into each other the whole time. And they were so flippin' just... There wasn't no pause in between his jokes. But they just kept going and going and going and running into each other. And if you sat there and just listened, some of them things it was so... His comedy is so fucking wild that he said that is funny. And I kind of like the wild stuff. I kind of like if it's well written, if it's well executed. And this dude, I don't think it's well written. It might not be well executed, but his energy behind it elevated all them aspects to make it. It was entertaining to me. Now, maybe the Indian guy performed so bad that anything was good, but I don't think so. But here's the thing about this Bucket Pulley. I don't know if it was genius and this was a performance or this is just straight up crazy that's turned out to work in his favor. But whatever it is, it got him 3 out of 5 gold mics from me, and kudos. I think he did a great. I mean, he could have done better, but okay, this next guy, this the I am dude. Okay, this dude I'm gonna give this guy a 0.5. I don't even want to acknowledge this guy. He he stunk, dude. I mean, everything about him, his attitude, his unself awareness, his. I'm kind of mad that I'm kind of mad because he wasted somebody else's time that could have been on that stage. You know, somebody that would try. I don't think the dude even tried. And that's one thing I can't stand. I can't stand people to get on this platform and get on this. You know, the 60 seconds is so precious that it has made careers or started careers or started communities like mine. You know, it started so much good stuff out of that 60 seconds. And when somebody gets out there and just don't even put the effort to try or disrespects it, or to the point where I feel like they're stealing that opportunity from somebody else that would have at least put forth better effort, it pisses me off almost. Me being somewhat of a comedian, I make comedy skits on this channel, and I'm gonna do a stand. I'm gonna try a stand up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Anyway, don't say I ain't. But it's almost criminal, man. And especially when they just suck the air out the room like that dude did. So I don't even know his name. No mention. Anytime we come across one of these, and me and Keith will talk about it a little bit, but it ain't worth my breath, and I didn't give enough, and I just wanted to get across that. Hopefully, so anybody that does this little video might reach, and if it's a Kill Tony future, it might just. I mean, just take the opportunity, man. If you get an opportunity like that, take it. And maybe he did, and God help him. I hope that wasn't him actually taking it. I hope it. I don't know. People are wired differently. Everybody's wired differently in the head. You look under the hood of all our cars, they ain't all ticking the same. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, he ate shit. He sucked. After that guy, okay, after that comes Keith's number 2 favorite comedian, Ari Maddie. Nah, Ari Maddie's a regular. I don't even know. He didn't even get pulled out of the bucket. He was just kind of handed over to Tony. Because Tony talked shit about it, and nobody to tell him about Heath Cordes. But I personally am a Ari Maddie fan. I think Ari Maddie's got talent, and I think he's a storyteller comedian. Is what he is. And he's real good at using his foreign accent and the way he talks, at taking and filling up time, but he doesn't fill it up. I don't personally feel like he fills up the time in a joke bad. I feel like most of the time he fills it up with stuff that adds context, and sometimes he don't. I mean, sometimes he's just out there making noises. Let's be real. I think one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard has been his about 2 gay guys, arguing at a dinner. Hands down, did not see that. One of the best jokes ever written for me. I believe in stand-up comedy. I personally believe that's one of the best jokes ever written and delivered the way that Ari delivered it. He did another great set this week. I mean, I have been actually getting real critical on him because I've been seeing his, every comedian or actor has crutches. And what a crutch is, for people who don't know, is like something like you twisting your hair, or like sucking your teeth, or any kind of thing that you crutch on them that accents your character. And Art Matthew's crutch is pretty much just hat and just being kind of a goofball up there and dragging stuff off and laughing as he says stuff sometimes. And it's his crutch. And I kind of noticed, that he's been using it and dragging some of his jokes out lately over, because he goes beyond 60 seconds every episode. This is not the case this week. His set was short. His set seemed shorter anyway, and I give it a 3.5 golden mics out of 5. I mean, it's a good set. And if it's not a good set, then it's a decent set. But it was executed and performed superbly, as Ari Maddie does. So Ari Maddie, the Kill Tony comedian that my boy Keith that ain't here today is just dying to meet. You should make it happen. Anyway, he challenged him to a fight. Yeah, I swear to God he did. Yeah, Keith ain't all there, but I love him. I got Keith's back though. Okay, so the last two, girl. I can't. I didn't. I had some stuff going on. Didn't mean to mislead this lady because her first set was she came out there with a picture a couple weeks ago, and it was a picture of her and her sister, and it was hilarious how she did her set was around that big ass picture. She like a Samoan boy in it, and it killed, it crushed. It was funny, and it was something different, and it really it added to the show, and that's another thing I'll get on. How there were so many different comedians, and I add to the show so differently, making it a whole experience. But she ate shit tonight. I gave her 1.5. Um, she might need to bring a picture out every week. I don't know. She might be one of them picture comedians. Like I remember, Nice Peter you see on YouTube and do picture songs. And same concept, just a live version. She ate shit, but I like her, but she ate shit tonight. 1.5. We all gotta eat shit sometimes, you know. That way we know what it tastes like, know that we don't like it. Right? I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I told you I'm trying to be a comedian. All right, Will Montgomery, Keith, 3.5, buddy. Give your boy Will Montgomery 3.5 out of 5. Million Montgomery is the closer for most nights, and he has been growing on me, dog. He done real, pretty decent tonight. Um, he it wasn't the best. It wasn't, but he's actually one of the only times. He's actually the only comedian so far that's gotten a perfect score for me since I've been doing this, and it definitely wasn't a perfect score stuff, but it was a decent set, and it was a decent closing, and that's another thing. Um, the episode as a whole, even though it hadn't been scored at all tonight, I give this episode a 4, and the reason why I give the episode as a whole a 4 is because the way it was like it was almost beautifully structured. It was starting off with Jack Straw and had a decent bucket pool, and then you went down a little bit, but it was with crazy like the guy with the birthmark, and then the white Mexican that don't stoner guy, and then we bring it back up with Fiona, and right after Fiona we get Mr. Pickles, which is the newest silver ticket winner from Next Day Notes, and then we drop it down with Sonny a little bit, but David Lucas comes back and actually does a better performance than I'm used to him doing on my criteria anyway. And then we go down again, but then we come right back up with the crazy lunacy of this John Basel, who's just a character. The character of him himself is wild. And then we drop back down with some dog shit, but automatically brings us back up, and then it closes with William Montgomery, and had a good guest in Greg Fitzsimmons. Greg Fitzsimmons was actually pretty humbling, and I guess a delight. Had some funny things, but also had some compliments that he gave these comedians. And this will be to me personally. This will be like the episode I would want Netflix to air, because it's giving a real true representation of the chaoticness that Kill Tony can be, the dog shit Kill Tony can be, and the greatness that Kill Tony can be, all put in a nice package and served to you, where you want all of it. As a fan, you like seeing the bad comedians, because you like seeing it because it's entertaining to see it hit somebody when they realize they suck. And then you like seeing the great moments of somebody truly taking off and changing their life and just knocking out the park because their talent and their likability is so high. And then you love seeing the crazy motherfuckers that's just not on either end of the spectrum, but a whole nother thing. And watching Kill Tony try to, direct the ship and make a decent show, which ended up being, now he claims, the number one comedy show online, period, point blank blank. So I give the episode a 4 overall, 4 out of 5 golden mics, because it was just, the ride itself from start to finish was just it was a good ride. So I give it that. And that's about all there is about this episode. There wasn't no special announcements. There wasn't nothing enough. That's I'm just gonna wrap it up there and let it be what it is. Keith, buddy, I hope everything works out. See you next week. You're still my boy. Don't make me do too many of these by myself now. We gotta get back. But go subscribe to my boy Keith, the Kombucha channel, which I'm sure most of y'all came from there. And if you like what you've seen, subscribe and all that. But every Tuesday we do Next Day Notes. Usually I have my partner to talk with. But this is the first ever episode of Next Day Notes on my channel, which just if you like watching stupid comedy videos, go watch it. And you're probably gonna go watch my videos and be like, why is he so critical? Because he sucks. Yeah, that's just how I am. But I think we're gonna leave it there, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I'm from South. I have been totally ignoring the chat. My bad, guys. I'm from South Carolina, dog. Yep, real South Carolina, dog. Born, raised, and living still. Sorry about that. Well, like to see, subscribe. But every Tuesday, as usually on his channel, we do Next Day Notes, and we're gonna keep doing it. At least one of us is gonna do it, and yeah, man, Kill Tony is still one of the breaths of fresh air of what a real reality show should be, and I enjoy it every time. So Keith, love you, brother. You be good. Everybody just make it seems like we got some stuff going on. Thanks to anybody tuned in, even if you just came in to pick on my accent or my big ears or my crooked nose or my dumb hat. At least you said something about me. All right, well, I do not know what I'm doing, but we're gonna say peace. See you next Tuesday. Bye.